Fall always brings changes on the homestead, and this year we've had our fair share of things going wrong. From projects getting delayed and animals keeping us on our toes, this has been a season full of changes. Wait until you see what kind of trouble popped up this time. And a big thank you to Jackery for sponsoring this video. More on their amazing Prime Big Day Deal discounts later. We're going to show you what's gone wrong and what we're doing to fix it and steward the land and animals well. Welcome to the homestead, y'all.
So what is new this fall and what is going wrong on a 7-year homestead?
The hard part to say what's going wrong is that we're in the worst time of year. So as Ella's walking right now, I hope Beau can see that. It's just dust popping up around the hose. Like, traumatic to watch that happen. We know this is gonna happen every year. It's not a big deal. The grass always comes back, but I'm sure we're technically in a drought right now. And that's kind of, I don't know, mystifying. We had a really wet summer, but then the heat stayed with us just like years in the past. So I think our biggest problem right now is just water. And what a lack of water does to our property. So we're gonna walk that a little bit today. Show you what we're doing to mediate, to try and fix it. We're doing a couple of things to try and fix it.
We're basically just throwing mud at a wall, seeing what sticks.
Almost literally, yeah, almost literally.
First thing we're gonna do is gonna walk here to the back. I don't need to show you the pond. The pond is fairly empty. But what we are doing is we are bringing the chickens back here to the back. I've noticed that we need a lot more nitrogen in the pasture. Things look great around the house because we keep the chickens there. And I've learned that like chicken manure has so much more nitrogen than any other bird. That's the good thing. The bad thing about chickens is we still have these American breast birds that we were supposed to butcher.
And integrate.
Like we were supposed to butcher 7 of these and keep 1 of them. And we haven't done it. Life is just happening like that. That's something that's wrong. Callie wants to wait until we have a barn.
I want to wait for a barn until we have another workshop. However, with the first stage of that barn, we have no plans to run power. It's going to need to be off-grid, and our favorite power station company by far is Jackery. Jackery 1000 version 2 is our go-to power hub. It's keeping families connected at home and outdoors. Our family just recently enjoyed an awesome outdoor movie night with a large projector, our Roku soundbar, and we cooked popcorn and heated raw milk for hot chocolate. And the 1000 V2 powered it all. You could use this power station daily for 10 years and it will still keep 70% capacity, thanks to the Life PO4 battery. Jackery 1000 V2 comes with a 5-year warranty, so you'll never have to stress about after-sales issues and you can enjoy reliable power for years. And save big during Prime Big Deal Days. Get the lowest price of 2025 up to 65% off. We especially recommend getting Jackery's exclusive dual product bundle. Perfect for essential home backup, this can power multiple rooms at once, so your family stays worry-free no matter where you are. Check out the link in the description for all the discounts available, and bring Jackery power to your family's next adventure. Is this Superman? I would say this too, like everything is progress, and if we look at this day by day, it's incredibly depressing because the dirt is just sand. But a new effort that we've done that we haven't used in the past, so the chickens have proved themselves by the house. But out here, there's so much more space, so we're using the hay bales this summer. And I do think we're gonna see a big difference, even in just that dust plume that comes up when you walk past any part of the property. So this is what the hay's doing in the back, even here. Like this would be just as dusty as what Ella was walking past with the hose. But you can see, like when I walk, I don't have big plumes. Like right here is a little bit of dust. It's gonna do that same thing. But here, where the hay hasn't brushed away yet, you've got to dig to get down to that. And so what we should see, even in the next season, is that wherever we've rolled the hay, we've given another layer of like modesty to the earth. So the dirt and the dust is going to be settled in, and we're sort of restoring or regenerating that topsoil. I think the hay is giving us at least a buffer between running animals and then giving the land some rest.
That's the good part. That's the news. What's wrong is I need to be able to irrigate back here. Our main water line to the back pasture has 2 leaks, and I just have not had the time to fix it. So we're having to shut the main back pasture water line off and
all
on
the way at the front.
Every single day. Yeah, so
but it's like Ella right now. I was like, why is this hose running? It's because for the next 100 yards is how far Ella has to walk to go turn it off.
So I've realized that what I need to do is I need a secondary middle shut-off for that reason.
That
so
makes
that
sense.
These ones, the back for some, I don't know what I did, but this is the 3rd leak back there, so there's something wrong. Maybe it's the ground is moving back there more, I don't know. But I need to be able to dig 2 feet down, somewhere here in the middle, to create a shut-off valve so that these top irrigation spigots still have access, and I can like section it off a little bit. So what we're realizing is that our land is approaching that need for a 7-year Sabbath, which leads to the cows. We're gonna pregnancy test Honey and Goldie. We've said here on the channel, we're looking to sell the cows. We still have to have herbivores like grazers here for our ag exemption. We'll figure that out once we figure out if they're pregnant. But if they're both pregnant, then...
The bug in my coffee.
Oh, all right. If they're both pregnant, they're both for sale.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if Goldie's not pregnant...
Is it bad to say best case scenario is if one of them is pregnant and the other one is freezer camp?
No, I think Goldie has more value being sold than she does as beef.
I agree.
But we do have a win-win situation. Our family is out of beef. This would be number 3. A lot of people on the 2nd, no breed back, they're done. So we gave her.
It's good to note that like when you get into dairy, knowing what you don't know is the most powerful thing. And so something I wish I would have known, not anyone's fault but my own, is that when you don't breed back at the 3-month mark postpartum, so like post-freshening, at 3 months, they're usually getting their heat cycle back. So the longer you take, the more likely your cow is gonna put on weight and not metabolize properly, and then they can often form cysts that prevent their pregnancy in future. So if Goldie is not pregnant right now, I would suspect that we could have prevented that if we had had better animal knowledge before we began.
Okay, this isn't a big deal, but it is a deal that is big. Our duck ponds, little kiddie pools are breaking.
They've lived their life.
This one is way too big.
It was dark. I got it at Tractor Supply and I followed your instructions, which were go to Tractor Supply, get 2 pools to replace our current kiddie pools. This is what they had. I bought them. I didn't realize they were so big.
This is about the home. Home is always very important on the homestead. Let's go inside. Okay, so we're in the boys' room right now, and what you see is these are 4x8 subfloor panels. They're kind of just like sheets of plywood, but they have tongue and groove. And unfortunately, the contractor did not put enough screws in, and so whenever we did the closed cell spray foam underneath, evidently some of that spray foam got in between some of the joists, and it expanded and it bubbled up this subfloor panel. So they're gonna have to cut it out, pull it out, scrape all the spray foam off from the board and the joists, and then put it back. So this one will not be tongue and groove, unfortunately. We're just waiting for the contractor to come back. So in addition to that problem, with our contractor in there. I'm grateful that our contractor is coming back and trying to help a little bit. So we also had an issue where the siding here, these are 4x8 panels, and the siding was kind of coming off. I think the weather changed, and so they didn't have as many nails. He came back and he nailed it up. He put so many nails in. So you're gonna see some content about us sealing up the nail holes and repainting this whole thing again, not the whole thing. But the bummer that also happened is he went back and he nailed everything down here at the bottom. And that's a huge issue because I'm gonna have to come through and take out and loosen up every single one of these nails down here in order to get our skirting done. We've decided on what kind of skirting we want, and we're gonna do a cool metal skirting all around. And then you're gonna plant stuff?
Yeah, I think we're gonna do kind of like hedges. So the paint obviously won't match the top and the bottom. So I just did something that's sort of like almost the color you'd get from a shadow of this paint. No, we're not putting you in that little kiddie pool. We'll put the siding up, and then as soon as that's up, I think the plan is gonna be sort of move the stairs over, at least for right here in the front. We'll put some hedges up, like maybe hydrangea or rose bushes here. I think the hydrangea does good in the shade, which is sort of the orientation of the house. This part will be shaded most of the day.
And a great idea that Kelly came up with is, with this little walkway, is once the stairs come down, we'll start practicing some concrete right here with the mud mixer. The solar panel project is still ongoing. These three over here have become pets. Definitely have learned that when you don't butcher your meat animals, they become very expensive. Our butcher that we've been using was not USDA certified, and so he got shut down. But we really liked him, and so we're trying to find a new butcher.
Hello, rabbit. Completely unbothered, but taking care of the weeds in a really lovely way. Let's see if this rabbit has eaten anything that we don't want him to eat. All right, something that's going good, really good actually, is the garden. So the Vigo beds are thriving, and I think it's all due to the irrigation. All of these have a much sturdier hose and just like water delivery than any of the drip irrigation that we've done. In fact, we're planning to put this Vigo irrigation everywhere in our garden, even the beds that are like the ones we built with wood. But what I've loved is everything is customizable. So all my tomatoes, my fall tomatoes, are still growing. We've got zinnias, and even this was like the big shock. The strawberries are totally revived, and before we put in this watering system, they were just, I mean, shriveled, basically shriveled, and I did not think they'd come back. Hello, bunny. I think the girls were literally out hunting rabbits earlier, and I'm wondering if this is one of them. He's so unbothered, like not afraid of us whatsoever.
These wild rabbits have found a safe place.
They are not scared.
No.
So tomatoes all throughout here and a couple over there. Mostly they're all snackers with a few, I think probably some cherry tomato sizes. It was sort of like the last ditch grab as we were leaving the garden center. And then we have brassicas here, and this bed is doing really good. Look. I won't be leaving the garden. I'll just be working with you.
Okay, you're gonna be on that side. I'll good.
I've got room over here. So we have
it
collards.
Just is eating right now.
Yeah. Cohabitation, y'all. And maybe a couple cauliflower, mostly broccoli, and then some kale, all mixed in here. And I have greens in the bed right behind Beau as well. And that's mostly all we focused on. While this one is cooking, or while this one is growing, these ones, I would say they're cooking. So all of these beds are gonna have replacement, refreshed dirt and then mulch on top, and then we'll fill all these beds and back there too. And I think mostly things like garlic and onion are gonna go in next month. Oh, I guess it's this month, it's October now. And then we have mint that's growing here. I'm hoping this whole thing just takes over with mint. Like, that's the goal. On purpose, I want this whole bed to be mint. So yeah, the garden is actually doing really good. It's step by step, but I actually like this method so much better, so much more manageable, because we're kind of rotating through. So while these are growing and these are cooking, then I'll be harvesting from here and plant, these will already be growing. So we'll be planting these in the next 2 weeks. And then we'll move to the next section that we'll be planting afterwards. And once that's planted, we'll just move back to section number 1. So kind of this rotation makes us get a little bit more out of the harvest.
All right, now it's time to do the big part of the day. We are going to pregnancy test. We believe it's gonna happen. We're gonna have success. We're gonna have 2 pregnant cows.
Lord willing. All right.
Okay, so tell me how you're supposed to do it.
So what I think is supposed to happen, no matter the angle of the tail, if it's straight up like this or if it's sideways, you're supposed to go perpendicular to the tail. Oh yes, thank you. It's gonna give her food. But in between vertebrae there.
Right here?
Let's try it. So with honeys, the blood was like filling the top, but we'll add as much as well as you can. Okay, we can try off of that.
I can stick her again.
Why don't we just try off of that and then we'll try again tomorrow if it doesn't. All right, this is, I guess it's like a 3-part test. First, we draw the blood from the syringe. So we're gonna do Goldie because we got the least amount of blood, and why not just do that first? So we're gonna draw this blood up in this little pipette. Then we put the blood in this part on the Preg test. Then we activate it with this. Do I know what's in here? No. Do I know that it should work? Yes. So let's try. It's already like super coagulated.
So if we would have done this faster, would that have
Possibly
made it easier?
We have an extra one just in case. So we put the blood on. We put 6 drops of this stuff. Now, I don't know if it'll be enough, but we'll try. 1. And then we're supposed to wait 20 minutes to see the results.
Homestead life. It's always interesting.
I mean, why not do this in the exact same place that you prepare your dinners? H for honey. I'm so nervous. My hands are like shaky. I'm so nervous.
Really?
Yeah, I know. Isn't that weird? Also could be because I haven't eaten breakfast yet. So that's also, yeah.
Oh, okay, well, I'm at yeah, see.
2 lines is pregnant. 1 line is not. Does it look like there's 2 or 1?
Looks like there's 1.
Dang it, Goldie.
What happens at 20 minutes?
I mean, we can wait for the full thing to develop, but I'm looking at it.
You see one line.
Yeah, because you want to fill that like lower bulb halfway. Dude, if it's true that neither of them took,
So
I wasn't prepared for that. I'll say that. I was prepared for, Goldie probably won't take. If honey doesn't take, I was not prepared for that.
Did Bert say that you could get a false positive or a false negative?
No, you can get false negative.
Suffice it to say, mistakes were made. We should have just begun the tests as soon as we drew blood instead of batching both of them. And as a result, I took the boy with the broken finger and the coagulated vial of blood to College Station to drop off Honey's sample for testing. We should find out the results within a week. I wish I could tell you if this is just one more thing going wrong on the homestead or if it's the best news ever, but I'm gonna have to wait until next time to let you know. Thanks for being here with us this week, and also thank you to Jackery for sponsoring this video. Remember, Prime Big Deal Days are happening, so follow the link below to get up to 65% off. It's their lowest prices of the year. We'll see you on the next one.